My never I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there. I see them yopo.
Hello guys, you are once again welcome to PENDREAM TV, your number one political show in Ghana and beyond. Today we bring you another gist, and we call it Sabbath gist, Saturday gist, which is involving Kwesi Pratt advising or giving a strong warning to the government and the NDC, which he terms as a serious warning to them, which can lead to their defeat come 2028 if they do not check things well. And it's all about the constitutional review, which they are trying to implement some dual citizen type of things into it, which will allow some people who are citizens of another country and they are Ghanaians can vote or take part in politics in Ghana, which he is saying that if care is not taken and it triggers another action, which he called referendum, would disturb the government and the party as a whole come 2028. Without much ado, I would like you to join me listening to it into detail right here on PENDREAM TV. If you are a new member, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and also share to other members to watch as well. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Let's put this in context. This is the constitutional provision in question. Article 8.2, without prejudice to Article 94.2a of the 1992 Constitution. That one deals with qualifications to be a member of parliament. No, disqualifications actually. Okay. No citizen of Ghana shall qualify to be appointed as a holder of any office specified in this clause if he holds the citizenship of any other country, in addition to his citizenship of Ghana.
And I've been speaking for
ambassador or high commissioner, secretary to the cabinet, chief of defense staff or any service chief, inspector general of police, commissioner, customs, excise and preventive service, director of immigration service, any office specified by an act of parliament. So it means you have to go to the Citizenship Act and see what it says. But those are specific offices that the Constitution mentioned.
But if you renounce your citizenship,
you can.
You can, yes.
Some of them. No, no, no. You don't mind? Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay.
Especially as we don't have.
Let me finish.
As we don't have.
As
we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
And seeing the number of files in front of Solo,
I will do 5 minutes.
I think it will be very risky.
I'll do 5 minutes.
But let me make this point. First, I mean, I just came and sat here, and I saw a newspaper in front of me. It's the Informer. And on the front page is the headline, "Stop Diluting Constitutional Reforms, Government Told." And the story is on page 2. And the story reads, a research fellow at the Institute of Statistical... No. The story reads, former United Nations Senior Governance Advisor, Professor Bafo Ajimandria, has accused the government of diluting key recommendations emerging from Ghana's ongoing constitutional review process, warning that the changes could undermine the purpose of the exercise. And there's a lot more to it. And Suhini, I'm lost. I'm completely lost. I mean, some of these intellectuals, you actually begin to wonder, where they're coming from. A government, indeed a president, sets up a committee to look at the constitution and make recommendations for review. And you get appointed onto this committee and you insist that what you say must be law. Nobody can change it. That the president who appointed you must not express any view. The government must not express any view. You become what? You become God? Simply because some president appointed you to serve on a committee. It's unbelievable. They were appointed by the president to advise the president. The president is the ultimate decision maker, not them. You see how it's been twisted. It's shocking. I couldn't believe it. But before I continue, let me say that I listened to my brother Suhini. And at the end of his presentation, I'm wondering where he disagrees with me.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering. Yes.
It's not substantial.
There's no disagreement.
There's no substantial disagreement.
He says that we should exercise caution. What did I say? Which is different from what he said. So there's no disagreement.
Caution sounded different.
Yeah. I acknowledge the challenges that you raise, which are correct, but I'm saying that the tangent of waivers should be encouraged. Because there are benefits also there too that outweigh.
So you're saying all the same thing.
Yes.
There's no disagreement. For example, there's this idea of promoting an African passport, which I fully support as a Pan-Africanist. When the African passport is introduced, every African citizen becomes a citizen of Africa and not Nigeria, Ghana, and so on. So visas will not apply. You understand? And if I accept that, it means that I accept visa waivers under some conditions. And so on. So there's no disagreement. I wonder why he went to great lengths to show that there's a disagreement when indeed there's no disagreement at all. Now, having gotten these two things out of the way, I want to sound a very, very serious warning. Suhini, I mean, it's a very, very serious warning. You see, I've been involved in national and international politics all of my adult life. And that's many years. Okay? All of my adult life. And I've come to learn a few lessons. You see, in politics, there is something called momentum. Something that you don't respect, something that you don't actually value, may generate a certain momentum leading to catalytic effects and so on. And the president and the National Democratic Congress should be very mindful of that. You see, if you read the 1992 Constitution, some of these amendments can only be effected through national referendum. That's true. Now imagine a situation where some of these changes are referred to a national referendum and the government position loses. It can generate a momentum leading to the total defeat of the NDC in the 2028 elections. It may be some inconsequential matter and so on, but if it is government position and it is put to a referendum and government loses that referendum, it can generate a momentum which would ensure 2028 the NDC loses the elections massively. Just because of the momentum. Look, the government may be doing very well with the economy, it may be doing very well with roads, it may be doing very well with everything. But if it allows a momentum to be generated on dual citizenship or any of those things and so on, it can kick it out of power. Mark my words. Achampong, in spite of all the things he did, Operation Feed Yourself and so on, you know what generated the momentum which led to his being shot at firing squad? Union government. Union government generated sufficient momentum to the extent that when he was being shot, it was being applauded in spite of all the good things that he had done. This government must be very, very, very careful. Indeed, a word to the wise can sometimes be enough. Generate the momentum and you will suffer for it. That's one. Number two, normally in referenda in this country, a number of questions are boxed together and the citizen is asked to vote yes or no. So, for example, in 1992 when this constitution was ready, all of us as Ghanaians had just two options, either to vote yes or no to all the provisions in this big book. So the choice sometimes doesn't make sense. You may agree with Article 2 of the Constitution, disagree with Article 5 of the Constitution, agree with Article 75 of the Constitution, and agree with 78. How do you vote yes or no on this matter? And yet everybody is required to vote yes or no. I know why many people voted yes in 1992. It was not because of the provisions in the Constitution. Because some of our political leaders like Professor Dubois and others said, vote yes. At least it gives us a constitution and it gives us elections and parliament. And then when we come to power, we can then throw it away and write a new constitution. That is why people voted yes. Those people had many disagreements with the constitution and still voted yes. So for example, many of the leaders of the New Patriotic Party at that time were very uncomfortable with the transitional provisions. And yet they voted yes for it. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're going to go to a referendum, how do we frame the questions such that it actually reflects what people agree with and what people disagree with? How do we do that? How then will the votes be counted and so on? It's a very complex thing and people should not take it for granted. We are in a hurry to submit proposals for review of the Constitution without thinking about the mechanisms for ensuring that the people's will is reflected in that process. And that itself is very, very dangerous. You understand what I'm saying? So I hope that these two warnings will be taken seriously. If they are not, we all day here, we will see the results. Mark my words. Today is 8th August 2026. Don't forget that I sat in this studio and drew attention to these problems. These problems can bite, and they can bite very deeply.
Like Venezuela.
Yo.
I agree. Well, sorry, I don't.
Well, now having said that, I see there's a lot of concentration on this question of dual citizenship. Those who made the proposal and those who have accepted it themselves agree that dual citizenship ought to be a barrier. Because if there's no problem with dual citizenship, why exclude the presidency and the vice presidency? The mere exclusion of the presidency and the vice presidency is indication that there's a problem with dual citizenship. You see, and my brother, you seem to suggest that every dual citizen knows the world better than those who have single citizenship. It's false. And let me explain. Let me explain.
They didn't say that, so you are not
You see,
explaining it.
there are Ghanaians who are not dual citizens,
Yes.
but who have traveled the world and have had multiple experiences across the world. There are Ghanaians who are dual citizenship who have traveled to only one country.
Well, one state.
Possibly. Okay? So the fact that people have dual citizenship doesn't mean that they know the world better than those with single citizenship. They don't.
How through books. I've been certain.
Yeah. So they don't. So that's not a good excuse. You understand? Now I ask myself, what makes one decide to acquire the nationality of another country? And you mentioned one, marriage. You see a girl, she's so beautiful, you are in love with the girl, and your love for the girl makes you feel, or your love for the man makes you feel that you can abandon your brothers, your sisters, your aunties, your grandmother, and everybody and go and stay in his or her country. That's the extent to which you are very, very loyal to your country and your family. If that is the reason. I have no problem with that. But everybody who makes a decision must enjoy the benefits that accrue from the decision and also suffer the disadvantages that accrue from the decision. You cannot make one decision, benefit from it, and disregard its consequences. So if you decide to sacrifice your country, your family, your brothers, your sisters, everything, for the sake of love, continue with your love. Don't abandon your love. Stay there. Love. Continue loving. Love and love and love. You know, sometimes people also acquire dual nationality as a matter of convenience. Just convenience. He's traveled to a country, he's looking for a job. That job in that country is only available to nationals of that country. He changes his nationality, or acquires the nationality of that country in addition to his country so that he can get a job. That's the value they place on nationality. Nationality is a convenience means of getting a job. You understand? Now, I went to the UK in the mid-1980s. And I came by some information. I was surprised. The number of people who had used the association with me to secure permanent residence in the US, in the United Kingdom. Some of them I've never met in my life. I didn't know them. Even today, I meet some people and say, oh, they say in Trim, and so on. Yes. Now, those people, what is the extent of their commitment to their country and so on? You see? And you see, the positions we are talking about are not ordinary public service positions or civil service positions. This amendment means that anybody with any citizenship, for as long as he also has Ghanaian citizenship, can occupy all positions, including the Speaker of Parliament, Chief Justice, Attorney General, Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Staff at the Presidency, and so on. Inspector General of Police can occupy all those positions. Don't you think that there's something wrong? So, in effect, one of the conditions for acquiring dual citizenship is to be able to speak the local language. And you do know that the people of Togo, especially around Lomé and so on, speak the same language as the people in Aflao. The Basari people who are Togolese speak the same language as the Basari people who are Ghanaian. The Moshis who are Burkinabes speak the same language as the Moshis who are Ghanaian and so on. Indeed, they even have family ties and so on. So one day, it is possible to have a situation where the brother, same mother, same father of Nyasimbe Eyadima, Fore Nyasimbe Eyadima, will become Chief Justice of Ghana. Think about it. Look, I will give you one typical example. Recently, not too long ago, sometime last year, Ghana's Inspector General of Police went to work in an FBI uniform. I hope you people remember. Our Inspector General of Police went to work with the FBI insignia on his shoulder, fully dressed as an FBI officer. Federal Bureau of Investigations officer, United States of America. That's how our Inspector General went to work. And this became an issue. Do you know the explanation which was offered? The explanation which was offered was that, why are people complaining? He was trained by the FBI. So if being trained by the FBI commands such allegiance to the FBI to the extent that our Inspector General of Police can go to work in FBI uniform, what about citizenship of the United States of America? Think about it. It is possible, and this is an absurd situation, but it is possible to have, it is possible based on it is possible to have a Chief Justice who is a dual citizen, partly Ghanaian, partly US. At the same time, you have a Chief of Defense Staff who is also dual citizen, partly Ghanaian, partly US. To have Speaker of Parliament who is also partly Ghanaian, partly US. To have Chief of Staff at the Presidency who is partly Ghanaian, partly US. To have Chairman of the Council of State who is partly Ghanaian, partly US. What kind of country would that be?
Yeah, we're American Ghanaians.
So you see, these proposals must not be taken lightly.
I'm more interested in the work.
They must not be taken lightly. Look, now in the United States, you know what Ghanaians used to do was that if they're traveling out of the US to Ghana, they used to come with their Ghana passports and then go back with their Ghana passport.
The US passport.
Now, US immigration is saying that if you travel out of the US with a foreign passport and come back, they will send you back to your country. You don't have a visa. Go and get a visa. This is what the US immigration is saying. So Ghanaians who are traveling to Ghana, make sure they travel on the US passport. They have to choose. The US is saying they must choose. And it's not the US, it's happening to other countries and so on. I'm saying that we have to think through these things. We don't have to do it glibly. Let's think through it. Let's debate it and so on before we come to decisions. The question of nationality in today's context is a serious matter. Look, I'm an internationalist. And normally, I would think that all workers, wherever they are, have the same interest and need to struggle together and so on. And therefore, these barriers need to be broken. But the barriers have not been broken yet. They exist. So why do we suffer the disadvantage of the existing barriers and allow others not to suffer any disadvantage of the existing barriers? We all as one humanity break down these barriers, or we all as one humanity keep these barriers. I think that the suggestion to make anybody with a dual citizenship qualified to hold any position and every position apart from president and vice president is a reckless suggestion which must be resisted.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Views are my personal.
No, I understand. I understand. Even
must be resisted. I know you know government position on it, but I don't share that position.
no, you're not the only one. In fact, even though Alhaji Musa Hussein agrees with this one, he disagrees with the 5-year and the proposal was made on the election MDCs. So everybody has different positions.
Let me say something.
That's where the momentum thing that Kwesi spoke about is very
Master, you see, this is a very complex discussion.
Yes.
We cannot finish. You know, Sergeant Alorga Tapori, former member of the PNDC, has started a series on constitutional review on Pan-African television every Wednesday at 5:30. He started this Wednesday. It's so complex that we have allotted him 5 weeks to do that. So it's not sufficient to do all of that now. So there are many things that we haven't spoken about. I just chose a few. For example, this extension of the president term by 1 year. Does it make sense? It doesn't make any sense at all. 1 year. Why? The Armed Forces Revolutionary Council led by Jerry Rawlings, it made all its impact in 3.5 months. 3.5 months. The first day in office, you can make an impact. In fact, a government which cannot make an impact in 4 years is not likely to make an impact in 5 years. That 1 year doesn't add anything. Look at the Nkrumah government. The Nkrumah government was in power for 9 years. And yet today, there's nothing that we can discuss without reference to the Nkrumah government. 9 years. Only 1 year more than the mandate that is provided for in this constitution. In fact, for President John Dramani Mahama, by the time he finishes his current 4 years, he would have been in office more than Kwame Nkrumah was. What is this? And who says that the constitution is responsible for all the problems of Ghana? There is nothing in this constitution which prevents our leaders from working in the interest of the people of Ghana. There's nothing in this constitution. The constitution has just become an excuse by the elite for their failure to deliver.
But I think we sometimes need to be making laws and regulations just to contain our indiscipline and our, incompetence, when we should be rather tightening, and look, going for efficiency. I mean, my brother talks about, sorry, Solo, if you permit me, that you come home and then you look. There's that common saying that what's not what your country has done for you, but what you can do for your country. If you cannot renounce another country's allegiance just for your country, then what else can you sacrifice for your country? If you can't, just renounce the citizenship of another country so that you can contribute to the growth of your country. If that is such a big price for you to pay. And you talked about systems. That's the last one. Talk about systems. That is where even it is more important.
For 5 minutes for so.
It talks about systems. The systems that we work with here and how frustrating it can be. But when you have no choice, you stay to fix it. People with choices will run or they will sell us out.
Sarah, you see, our population is 34 million, and I don't think those that are outside the country are even half of our population. What it means is that there are more Ghanaians who believe in the cause of Ghana than those that have left. Those that left, the same conditions, the same excuses we could have also used to leave the country, to abandon it. People served as security men, watchmen in this country to defend the integrity of this country. Honorable sitting here, he had the opportunity, he left, he went, but he's back. He came back and the same conditions, he decided to go to Parliament. He did not take the nationality of the US. In any case, the law says if you want to occupy these positions, renounce. What is there that you don't want to renounce? So for me, it is a non-starter. This is a selfish recommendation. Selfish. Lot of those guys that sat on the committee that did the recommendation and those that are pushing, we must go and check their background. Either their children are there that they are thinking aloud. Either that, why would you say, look at what they say, oath of allegiance in the US. You listen to them all. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have there heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I'll bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I'll bear arms on behalf of the United States. You are saying you bear arms on behalf of the United States if you are the chief of defense staff of Ghana, and Ghana has a war against the United States. Your allegiance says you bear arms against Ghana. Are you not going to start shooting us?
It's true.
Why must we even entertain some of these things? And yet, this is a recommendation that you and I must go by. It is a non-starter. You understand? The government must immediately, they must run away from it. If you want to be a Ghanaian and serve in the Ghana Parliament and serve in any strategic position, be a Ghanaian. Only. If you don't take care, foreigners will begin to sponsor. Already they are sponsoring behind closed doors. Listen to the absurdity. Now people with dual can go to Parliament. When proposals are made at the cabinet level, it goes to Parliament for ratification. Is that not the case? So if I'm a foreign land, all that I would do is to come down here and sponsor a lot of people to Parliament. So that at the end of the day, when laws come there and the laws are not in our favor, because we have a lot of our people who are dual citizens of our country, they will shoot it down. British. They will shoot it down. You understand? So it is a non-starter in the first place. I believe that, with this, they will go back and then take it out. The times that they have already discussed. I'll end it here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The allegiance that people who seek U.S. citizens have to swear. You can't take this oath and serve as chief of defense staff of Ghana. How can you take this oath and come and serve as chief of defense staff of Ghana?
What is this? What is this?
Well, this is one from Mr. Adams who says, please tell the respected doctor that from 1960s through 1970s, the early 1980s, Ghana national soccer team, including even the coaches, were all locals, were here in Ghana, but won laurels, including the winning of the African Cup of Nations at multiple times. The expatriate coaches who came after them with players from the diaspora in recent times have failed woefully. On momentum, I agree with Kwesi Pratt. The Aliens Compliance Order generated a momentum that led to the fall of the Progress Party government of Dr. Buzia. Also, the Union government concept generated a momentum that led to the fall of General Champon. Let me say a belated happy birthday to Ambassador Alexander Grant Ntrakwa, who currently works with the Foreign Affairs Ministry. Yesterday was your birthday. A happy birthday. He was former director of Passport Service and Ambassador. Don't worry.
We don't see the birthday.
Don't
We
worry.
don't taste the birthday. We don't smell the birthday.
Take your time. Then there's I want to say happy birthday to my friend Stephen Kodo. A happy birthday to you. And a happy birthday in advance to Justice Apia, who celebrates his birthday tomorrow. And I understand there's a cake waiting downstairs for Kwesi Pratt Jr. Tomorrow is his birthday.
Hey!
Tomorrow is his birthday. So you know this. Every time we mention his birthday, he always protests on set.
I know.
Tomorrow is his birthday, so do wish him well and send him gifts. Plenty
Happy
of
birthday to you.
I was somewhere.
Happy birthday.
I was somewhere when an invitation was sent to someone to come for the party last night. So if they are surprising you, have blown the.
Hey! Why do you blow the finger?
Last night.
They didn't tell me.
They
They didn't invite me. They were inviting someone.
Oh!
And I was a witness to it.
Wow!
So I decided I'll blow the cover this
Happy birthday in advance, Mr. Pratt.
happy birthday.
Perhaps this should be called Suhini's Revenge.
Many more,
And of course, happy birthday to you. Yes. We pray for many more years. With
So are you 16 years or?
I tell you.
He's the General Secretary of the Socialist Movement of Ghana. He's many more things to us. And of course, we're also privileged to have been joined this morning by the Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways, former host of the show. You understand why when he say Uncle Kwesi will sometimes say Nsuhini. You know why. He said that for the greater part of a decade.
You must show special
Yes.
appreciation to people like Suhini,
Yeah.
Fumbuafu,
Yes.
and a few of them.
Yeah.
I mean, their commitment to this station is
It's humble. Yes.
very refreshing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, they always make it the point to identify with the station, to come with the programs and so on. And we are so very happy.
Thank you.
We couldn't have survived these 10 years without their participation.
Right.
So in celebrating our 10 years, we're also celebrating Suhini, we are celebrating the late
Ibrahim Mohammed. Ambassador Sampia and the people were always dedicated to be on the show.
Dr. Kwesi.
Oh, Dr. David, the late Dr. David Kwesi.
They all have made this station.
Yes.
We are grateful.
Yes.
We are grateful you gave us a platform to also make us who we are.
And the interesting
We are
thing
grateful.
sometimes is when you get a call from Dr. Toniedu, when you're saying that if I'm strong one day, I'll come on the show. It's quite interesting. Anyway, so thank you, and nice to see you this morning. I know you have been on the road trying to ensure that the road that is being constructed is being done well.
Right.
So it's nice to have you.
Thank you.
And of course, always a pleasure seeing Solomon Owusu. He's Director of Communications of the United Party. I don't know how he does it, but every day see Solo, sometimes on multiple networks. But still he's able to make time throughout the rest of the week. And
What
thank you.
surprises me is the load he carries. He's carrying about 20 files. Why?
And Dr. Disney Adumaku Kisi is one of our parliament for Anyanso also a lawyer panelist on the show. Always. What did you think I was going to say?
This is a lawyer.
I didn't say lawyer. He's a medical doctor. Anyway, I'm Sana Nobo. We'll see you same time next week. Thank you for making time with us once again. We much appreciate your time and say God bless you for the good work you are doing and continue to do. Please do make time with us. Do keep yourself updated by turning on the notification bell
subscribe, like, and also share to other members to watch as well. Your comments are also needed at the comment section. Do drop your comments before leaving. Thank you.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Now so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.